Hi there, Peter Finch here, teaching professional at Trafford Golf Centre in Manchester. I've just come with a quick tip today and a little bit of instruction on how you can play a basic pitch shot. So shots from about, probably under 100 yards, where you need to get the ball up relatively quickly and get it to stop relatively quickly as well. So just a bit of an extension on from the chip shot. It's been quite surprising in kind of recent weeks. I've had quite a few people coming in and we've been covering a few short game sessions, and not a lot of people know how to actually play just a very basic standard pitch shot. So that's all we're going to be doing today, just covering how to play a basic pitch. Not so much how to control different distances, but just how to actually use the technique properly and get yourself set up properly. First thing to do is to know what kind of clubs you can hit a pitch shot with. Normally it's anywhere from anything with a pitching wedge down to a lob wedge. Each can be used to play a basic pitch shot. Each will go different heights, have different amounts of spin on, and that's kind of for you to go away and have a little experiment with. But for a basic pitch shot, I've got a pitching wedge here that I'm just going to use. A lot of it can be kind of done, a lot of it can be sorted and solved all within the setup, because the first thing you have to understand with a pitch shot, the whole idea is to strike down onto the ball, create backspin, get it lifting up into the air and get it stopping relatively quickly. Now, an easy way to do that in your setup is to get the ball bang in the middle of the stance with a kind of a normal standard pitching wedge again, bang in the middle of the stance with a little bit of weight on the front foot, about 55-60% of the weight on the front foot, and then also in the setup just getting the hands slightly ahead of the ball. So again, your weight forward and your hands ahead of the ball will allow you impact to get into that position again, with the hands ahead, weight forward, striking down onto the ball, creating the backspin and lifting it up into the air. Now, one question I have had quite a few times is, what is the difference between a chip shot and a pitch shot? Now, different people have their different kind of variations on at what point a pitch shot becomes a pitch shot when compared to a chip. Mine, I try to keep it pretty simple. I believe a pitch shot becomes a pitch shot when the wrists hinge into this position, into this L-shaped position. So my left arm relatively straight, relatively kind of parallel to the ground, and then the club shaft is pointing up at the sky or just a little bit further on, depending on if we get a little bit more wrist hinge in there. But that's kind of like my basic understanding, my basic belief of when a chip suddenly becomes a pitch. It's when the arm is parallel to the ground, the club shaft up at the sky, that 90-degree angle there in an L-shaped position. So that's your basic pitching swing when it gets to that point there. So far, we've got the ball pretty much in the middle of our stance. Our weight a little bit forward, about 55%, 60% forward on the front foot. And then hands ahead, opposite the left thigh. And then the backswing, that L-shaped position, 90-degree angle here, left arm parallel to the ground. So that's our setup and our backswing. For the through swing, we want to be turning down nice and smooth, returning the hands just ahead of the ball, striking down onto the ball and through, and then coming up into another L-shaped position here. The club shaft and then the right arm, a reverse L-shaped position, but that 90-degree angle again. So that's a very kind of basic kind of setup and technique to use for a pitch shot. So if you were kind of out on the course and if you're practicing this, just going through this basic routine is how to go about it. So at the ball, gripping the club as normal, maybe a little bit further down if you want a bit more control. But gripping the club basically as normal. Feet together, pointing straight forward. Club behind the ball. Little step, little step. Weight onto the front foot, 55-60%. Hands ahead opposite the left thigh, and then it's L-shape, striking down and through to L-shape. Obviously not with the pause in the middle, you might get a few stairs, but that's your basic pitching technique that you can go away and use, put into practice straight away. One little last thing, one kind of swing thought that you might want to take away is, as you're hitting the ball, the last thing you want to be doing is trying to scoop it up and help it into the air. Keep the weight on that front foot, 55%, 60%. Hands ahead, keep it there. hands ahead at impact, striking down, taking a little bit of a divot, creating the backspin. So you don't want to be getting into this position here and giving it one of those and trying to scoop it up into the air. Get yourself set, get yourself down here, keep the weight just on the front foot and the hands ahead at impact, strike down and through on that ball, and you'll create so much more backspin and so much more control that way. So thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, follow me on Facebook and Twitter as well, and I'll keep uploading. Take that technique out with you, give it a quick go. If you're a more experienced golfer, this is hopefully what you should be doing anyway. If not, please change. But if you're a beginner golfer, use this tip, go away and practice it, and let me know how you're getting on. So cheers for watching, and I'll see you here next time.